Because you are that, you are capable, you are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just be you. The world awaits to receive you.
Bitch, I'm back. I'm popular the man.
I was supposed to click. Anyway, good evening, good evening, good evening. Yes, yes, yes. I am back. You're here with Grace Levi for round 2 on Sunday. I hope you like our first broadcast where we went in on finding out some more details about AJ Armstrong Jr. in his third trial. We're going to keep our eye on that and follow through next week. So, as we do on a Sunday, we're doing trending topics where we talk about celebrity gossip, highlighting other topics, local and international news. You know what we do here. I know last week we had a little interruption, but I'm back and I'm here. I'm back and I'm square. Let me stop. I hope you guys are having a great, great Sunday. So let's get it. The first thing I wanna start off by giving a shout out to Give Me Your Project Chick. Let me stop. I love this girl. Shout out to Miss Shakari by actually becoming the fastest woman in the world. Let's give it up for Miss Shakari. Hold up. Wait, why it ain't on the screen? Why is it not on the screen? What we got going on around here? All right, I'll just say, why my girl ain't on the screen? All right, let's get to it. Miss Shakari Richardson just became the fastest woman in the world. And Nike is riding the wave, y'all. Don't forget what Nike did. To Kanye, and Kyrie. Whatever. Anyway, so Shakari Richards just became the fastest woman in the world, winning the 100-meter final during the World Athlete competition in Budapest, Hungary. Nike Air Zoom Max Fly track and field distance spike, whatever, her through the finish line in a record of 10.65 seconds. Go girl. Okay. They said that you was gonna be ruled out because of the 420. The 420. Tell them, don't rule me out, baby. All right. So shout out to her. I got another clip I want to show you of the actual race. Okay. This really lighted up my life because she's such a beautiful girl and I'm so proud of her. No matter what, you can always come back and never let somebody else define you. All right, let's go. Let me see if I'm on screen. Let me see. Let me see. Let me show you something in my Fire Marshal Bill voice. All right, the Jamaican girls had it. Shakari. I'm just gonna keep it real.
For a legend.
The Jamaican
36-year-old
coming for Shakari.
Mummy Rocket, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, going for her third consecutive World 100 title.
Up, guys.
And she has to be savoring this because this is likely her last appearance at Worlds. If she gets the start she got in her heat, I think she could win the whole thing and upset Sharika Jackson. If she gets the start she had in the semifinal, was fourth.
Look, you see how she got her weight up?
Two of those Jamaicans, the top two on the podium, Fraser-Price, the world champion, and Jackson, are back.
Whatever. I'm coming to win.
Does anybody else from the rest of the world have an answer for what the Jamaican women have done to this event at Worlds?
They came to take over. You see what I'm saying? They came to take over. Shakari on the end like, I'm coming in hot.
On the far left of your screen is Shakari Richardson in her first world final. She has to get a better start than what she got in the semi.
She's got to have a much better start because at least then she gives herself a chance. This is a world championship final. You're not going to run down people if you give them too much of a lead.
The two Jamaicans in the middle, Sharika Jackson, and then Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price and Julian Alfred on their outside. Blue top, black bottoms.
At her. She got her weight up. Drinking those protein drinks.
Women's 100 World Final. The Jamaicans get out well. It's Sharika Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Talu. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it. Sha'Carri Richardson has won the world title. She had to come from behind in the semi, but when it came, Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Talu. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it.
She did it. So I want to send a shout out to Miss Sha'Carri Richardson. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. This
she had to come from behind in the semi.
She was like,
but
oh,
when it counted,
snap.
she has done it.
I did it. She's like, I did it. God be the glory.
Sha'Carri Richardson has stunned the sprinting world and is a
simple. Yeah, y'all. So yeah, I just wanted to start the broadcast off with that. We gotta move this guy back off of the screen. Shout out to Miss Sha'Carri. She did her thing. Just by a step. It is what it is. So yeah, let's move forward. We have another update with about Simon Simon. Mr. Simon from American Idol. Okay. So allegedly it was this conspiracy saying that this man done passed away. But now that he done show himself, because I wasn't gonna report on none of that. Y'all know I report on Nurses to Nurses News Network, sudden death. But just watching what's going on, I know how to have discernment. But now they say basically his fans is looking at him and saying he doesn't look too good. And I'm going to add some commentary to this while we listen to this is brought to you by Page 6.
Two brilliant. Hello. I want to talk about two brilliant things connected with X Factor. The first is last week, What Makes You Beautiful, in my opinion, one of the best songs ever, went over 1 billion streams. So I want to say congratulations, One Direction, and a massive thank you to all the fans who've always supported this group. I mean, this is huge, and I'm
not even a big Simon fan, but I said, who is this?
So proud. I'm also really excited and proud to talk about Lucy Spraggan.
Okay, y'all see what I see, something not right. Simon prompted concerns and criticism from his fans Thursday when he posted a video of himself congratulating One Direction on the streaming milestone. The former American Idol judge, incredibly smooth but changed face, caused fans to flood the comments section of his latest Instagram post with a question such as, "What on the earth has happened to your face?" Like, what happened? And like, who is this person? Another opinion: you used to look good before the plastic surgery. One fan branded Calloway appearance as Botox fell, while others agreed too much Botox. I guess that's what's going on. Because I said, what happened to this man? Look at him. Look at his neck and everything. Oh my God. All right. It says, Simon, you're very nice man, but please leave your face alone, wrote one more follower. The 63-year-old music mongo shared the video commemorating What Makes You Beautiful, suppressing 1 billion streams. That's what he was talking about. But look at him, and I'm just going to add to this. Over the last year, I have noticed that a lot of people have aged a lot, and I know they said this is because of the Botox, but I'm telling you, they just got old. Hope my neighbor don't watch me, but somebody that I know, and I just happen to watch them, and I'm like, wow, it's like happened overnight. Like you really aged like 10 years. So we got to be careful because, some things has happened, over the last 2-3 years. You know what I'm talking about. And it may make you look like this. So be careful. That was just an update. Mr. Simon is not allegedly gone. But he does look like a clone. Let me stop. Or some. I didn't mean to say that. He does look a little weird right there. Okay, leave the Botox alone if that's what it is. Now let's get into another celebrity. Mr. Kevin Hart just called himself the dumbest man alive, allegedly, because he hurt himself. But I don't know how he hurt himself. Do you guys know how he hurt himself? To put himself in a wheelchair? I don't know what type of injury he has. He must have sprained a butt muscle. I don't know. But let's get to it. Mr. Kevin Hart, trying to keep himself relevant. Kevin Hart just called himself the dumbest man alive after he was left needing a wheelchair for trying to do young man stuff at 44 years old. What was he doing? They're not going to let me play the video. All right, so let me see. He took onto his Instagram page on Wednesday after trying to partake in young man's stuff. What was the young man's stuff? Explain exactly what happened. Kevin said that he was with his friend Stephen Radley when they decided to race each other. He said they decided to race. Yeah. Hold on, y'all saw that pothole? He was that close. He would have flipped with that little thing on after that.
Be right back. Hold on.
Too happy, huh? So, so it says Stephen, 34, a decade younger than Kevin, and a former NFL running back. But Kevin bet him that he was still a fast runner, allegedly. I can't watch the video here. So, he must have sprained a butt muscle. Nothing major here, allegedly, but I don't know. It looks like some white chick shit to me. Excuse my language. Y'all remember White Chicks? When the young Caucasian boy ended up in the wheelchair after spending the night, after having too much fun. White Chicks, y'all remember? I'm not. That's what this remind me of. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna move on. Kevin, with all his excuses, he always got some damn excuse for some nonsense. Okay. Now let's move forward. This was something that I had brought up last week. I think just before I got interrupted, which was a little weird to me. I did want to bring it up because I'm going to follow through. Something's going to come up about this. You remember when we talked about the Obama chef? I'm going to bring it up because something more is going to come up about that and how weird the circumstances is. Now, this gentleman right here, he was actually a Netflix employee, but he was a new employee. I'm going to just say that because he's a new employee. But at the end of the day, any missing person, especially a brown melanated color, we need to know about it and talk about it. So allegedly, Netflix software engineer missing out of San Jose. Let's watch it. Let's see. Is it going to let me play today? Don't even be mean to me. We'll let that commercial play through real quick. New York man was recently landed a job in California, right out of college, disappeared.
To the Bay Area just 2 weeks ago, now missing. Tonight, the family of Johannes Kedana is desperately searching San Francisco, hoping to find him.
We want to take home. I need my son.
The missing 22-year-old had just graduated from Cornell and started working at Netflix 2 weeks ago. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alex Savage.
And I'm Julie Hayner. He was last seen Monday evening when he took an Uber from San Jose. Authorities say some of his belongings have been found now near the Golden Gate Bridge. New at 10 tonight, KTVU's Jana Katsuyama joins us live from San Francisco. And Jana, the young man's mother and brother traveled from New York to try to find him.
Julie, the father also, he is one of 3 children, and he recently moved out to the Bay Area, they said, to start his new job. They found some of his possessions, a phone and a wallet, in a grassy area between the visitor center and the cafe that's up there on the hill. But right now, the mother, father, and brother are here in the Bay Area just begging investigators and anybody out there to try and help them locate Johannes.
I'm heartbroken.
Johannes Kedana's family is terrified. His parents and older brother Josef flew in from New York Wednesday after they suddenly lost touch with the 22-year-old. They say Johannes had just graduated from Cornell in May and was starting a job in the Bay Area at Netflix.
He traveled here late July 26th, and he started work last week. So this was his second week of work.
But on Monday night, they were worried when his phone's location tracker didn't move from a spot near the Golden Gate Bridge.
Hardworking, determined. I need my son. I want my son. I just want to hold my son.
His older brother Josef says Johannes lives in San Jose. The family notified police there, and officers found some surveillance footage at his apartment.
2 young colleagues of his saw him and were able to talk to him, but he said he was heading to San Francisco to maybe meet a friend. The last footage that I've seen of him was him leaving his apartment building, getting in an Uber in a black Toyota Camry.
Josef says on Tuesday morning, a commuter found Johannes' wallet and phone near the Welcome Center at the Golden Gate Bridge.
$30 in cash was in the wallet, IDs, cards, phone untouched.
Then on Wednesday, they say police found Johannes' backpack.
It had 2 of his laptops and some personal documents.
Now they are searching and hoping that investigators will help them locate Johannes.
Calling medical centers, homeless shelters, visiting, distributing posters, doing everything that we can in our power to get my brother back, my best friend.
Aww.
I need everything possible to be done. I just want my baby dead or alive.
All right, guys, we're going to keep our eyes on this specific story right here. I'm just going to say something. You remember what I said most recently, that we got to keep our eye open for young people, young, especially Black men with good DNA and good genetics. I'm not saying everybody else got bad genetics, but melanin helps a lot. Okay, melanin is very expensive on the market, as well as now we know that the blood in the plasma of youth seems to have a high value in not even the black market, just the general market right now, as they try to test it for a youth serum. We went over that last week on Nurses to Nurses News Network on our focus topic, and we talk about youth blood. And I mentioned that weeks ago when we started to kind of look into this, especially when we knew that the tech mongrel was into practicing these practices with his son, getting his son blood, extracted from him and put into himself, and trying to rejuvenate himself via this process. So he went down researching this. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because we're going to have to keep our eye on young people being missing because of, we don't know. But I'm just going to say that. Now, this was a little bit weird, connected to Netflix. Not saying Netflix had anything to do with it, but he just literally just moved out there. What friends do he have to meet? Says a lot to me, and it was less than a week of him being out there. So we're going to keep our eye open for that young man. I mean, as far as the situation, and hopefully we get good news. Okay. Now we're going to give you an update on a situation that happened a couple of weeks ago. We saw the Instagram video of it. Basically, it was the young boy. We didn't know his age, but I knew he had to be young. But now we're finding out he was 12 years old, and he was accosted by the police for no reason. He was going to throw something out in the garbage. His father just told him to throw something in the garbage, and they accosted him, said that he fit the description, tried to encircle him, and now we have an update on that situation. Let's see. The family speaks out after this.
It gets you ready for everything.
Let's get to it. Let this commercial play. So family speaks out after police detained 12-year-old while taking out the trash. This is the update. We knew this was going to come.
With the 12-year-old handcuffed by police while he was taking out the trash. Police said with a case of mistaken identity. DeMarco Morgan is here with that. Good morning, DeMarco.
Michael, good morning to you. The father says what happened to his son should have never happened.
Telling
us the 12-year-old boy is a straight-A student in school who wants to later become an engineer. The father going on to say the situation could have ended badly had his son panicked and took off running.
When it happened, I was really shocked and frightened about the situation and how it happened.
This morning, 12-year-old Tayshaun Bernard speaking out for the first time after being handcuffed and detained by Lansing, Michigan police while taking out the trash in what authorities are calling a case of mistaken identity.
And right now I'm feeling just the same way, like just really shocked how this kind of came to this circumstance of what's going on.
A kid bringing out his trash to be dumped.
Cell phone video of the incident seen by millions, sparking outrage and a demand for answers.
I was so mad I didn't want to hear anything.
His father, Michael Bernard, horrified and disgusted.
In this time and era in America, I am scared for anything to happen to my son.
Michael says it all started when he asked his son to take the trash out to the dumpster at their apartment complex last Thursday.
He was taking out his trash, yo.
When the preteen didn't return after being gone for several minutes, the father says he looked outside to find Tayshaun surrounded by police.
I saw police around him, so I dropped what I had in my hand and rushed downstairs, and I said to the police officer, I said, why you have my son in handcuffs? What's the problem?
Tayshaun was released moments later, but visibly shaken, turning his back to officers as his father, seen here visibly upset as well, continuing to chastise officers as a neighbor continues to record.
I'm just washing up my dishes of this son trying to take the garbage down.
That's what he did.
You get what I'm saying? And that's a
He's still puzzling now.
Look, yes.
The Lansing Police Department posted.
Nobody cares about our trauma. Nobody cares about Black people trauma. As a Black woman, it is scary to even just let our kids go to the damn store. To the store. He was 12 years old. Now, this is what makes it even more troubling because he looked like he was 12 years old, first and foremost. And my God, let's finish listening because this right here pissed me off. And I didn't really try to, have all that emotions that night, but this really makes me feel away. And as Black people, we have to, one, prepare our kids and how to deal with this. Thank God that this young man had a pleasant or a calm disposition, and he wasn't on the streets. He didn't do anything. He wasn't that type of person. And at the end of the day, it seemed like it does not matter. Justice or just us. Let's finish listening to this.
On Facebook, our officers was pursuing a suspect in a string of Kia thefts wearing neon shorts and a white shirt. A different officer was in the area and saw Tayshaun wearing a very similar outfit and put cuffs on him. Attorneys for the boys say Tayshaun did not have on a white shirt.
The shirt that he was wearing was a light gray or a light bluish color shirt. There's no mistaking if you see that shirt.
The department continuing, our hope is we can put this unfortunate case of wrong place, wrong time behind us and continue to represent the community that we serve. And the police chief later posting a separate apology. This morning, the Bernard family wanted accountability and says they are keeping all options on the table, including the possibility of filing a lawsuit.
I want justice for my son.
Justice.
The mayor also apologizing for the ordeal, telling ABC News LPD is in contact with the family and providing support for any trauma involved, saying our officers do their absolute best to protect Lansing. But in this case, a mistake was made and we own it and apologize to those affected. But the family tells us in response, they have yet to be contacted by the mayor or police.
So who they apologize to the damn news? Exactly. So we knew that was going to hit the mainstream. So glad we was able to show that to y'all 2 weeks ago. And now the mainstream finally caught up. That was totally wrong. Black women, Black men, teach your sons and your daughters how to interact with cops, okay? To be honest, last week's broadcast was interrupted because my son had an interaction with the cops. And that's why we got into everything that I started talking about. Make a long story short, him and his girlfriend of 2 years on their anniversary was being fresh in the car. The cop caught them in the park. And this lady proceeded to basically make both of them call their parents, or they were going to lock them up, which was, I guess, a good option. But she went on to basically make my son seem like he was a thug, taking advantage of the girl, and that he was going to leave her in jail and all types of stuff. And the girl, his girlfriend, was going to talk, and my son was just like, just be quiet. My son he just like, let God just talk for him. He's that type of person. And that's why the AJ Armstrong situation, the aura kind of remind me where it's just like, I'm going to let God handle this for me. So me being on the phone with the officer was saying, yeah, this could have happened, this, that, and the third. And, and I basically had to explain to him, like, wait, ma'am. My son is not like that. First and foremost, I don't live like that. I practice abstinence, and I don't teach him to indulge in this, but he's young, and that's what happens at times. I'm not making the excuse for him doing that and her outside or whatever, but that is his girlfriend. They've been together for 2 years, and it's literally their anniversary. This would be crazy if they get arrested on their anniversary. She was like, well, you can't make excuses for him, this, that, and third. And I'm like, ma'am, no. I already said what he was doing was out of pocket. He was not supposed to do this. But you will not define my son based on one situation. You won't define him based on it. He's a good kid. He's supposed to be going to second semester in college tomorrow. He's working. This is, unfortunate. So she's like, well, we're going to send him up there and this, that, and the third. Okay. So with that goes to say, some officers take it upon themselves to be the judge and the jury. And sometimes if you don't interact with them correctly, they even heighten the situation with violence, verbal or physical. So teach your sons and your daughters how to deal with the situation. I think if my daughter, my son's girlfriend was like run her mouth, she's very like meek, respectful. He's chill, calm, but he looks like a thug. My son looks like what they would call looking like a black, whatever they categorize, but he's not. Okay, he looks like Newark, just like I look like Newark. So with that goes to say, teach your kids how to interact, and it's the aura. It's the aura in the inside. Okay, so just make sure you know about that. So we're gonna keep our heads up on that situation with the young man. Hopefully, his parents do file a lawsuit. Why not? Definitely file a lawsuit. Now let's get into this. Now this I found was kind of remarkably entertaining and weird at the same time. North Korea confirms U.S. Army Travis King, the guy who was allegedly being held by North Korea. This gentleman was going there to seek asylum. This guy was saying that basically we're in genocide in America and that he don't want to be in America. Let's read this story. And this is what I told y'all. Once we get an actual, a title to our nationality, Black people, we can go in front of the United Nations and talk about our hardships outside of America because we're not getting justice. But this guy, he went to the wrong country. He went to the other country. And let's listen. North Korea finally confirms Tuesday that U.S. soldier Travis King is being detained in their country nearly a month after his bottle across the border. He bolted across the border. He ran over there, okay? King told investigators that he had decided to enter North Korea because he harbored ill feelings against inhumane mistreatment of racial discrimination within the U.S. Army, officials said. He was like, yo, I would rather be in North Korea than deal with this shit. Wow. The 23-year-old also expressed his willingness to seek refuge in North Korea or a third world country, saying he was disillusioned at the unequal equality in American society. The North Korean official news agency KCN said in a statement, this is the gentleman, allegedly. This is what they saying. Okay. Now his family, I saw a video of his family basically kind of saying like he was kind of off and they knew he had issues. People had to keep their eye on him. So I just wanted to give y'all an update on this. We're going to keep our eye on this situation. This was 12 days ago. So he's still in North Korea. And it seems like he's seeking asylum. It seemed like he like, listen, I just want to get away from America. My Black people don't see what I see. They are killing us. They hate us. We can't make money. We can't own nothing. This is more than just genocide. Take me to North Korea. And allegedly, all the stuff we heard about North Korea, how anti-American they is. He chose them to go to. This must be a problem. Either it's mental illness or he really feels some type of way about what's going on out here. Okay, so we're gonna keep our eye on that. I just wanted to give y'all a heads up that Black people, justice or just us, hauling ass. That's the first person I ever heard of Black American run out of the country based on the justified treatment of Black Americans. And basically, this is what I was talking about with nationality. You can go in front of the United Nations if we had a nationality, Black people, because Black is not a nationality, and talk upon the things that's going on in America, all of the injustice, showing with the statistics, showing the financial disparities, and all types of stuff. And if we were united, we were able to take that full vote. You know, I went to the left with this, but I'm going to talk about it. Take that full vote and move it through the system like that. Just you see what I'm saying? I know that's kind of like a big dream, but that kind of should be kind of like one of our goals is Black people first to get a nationality, then represent ourselves on a national platform about the injustice, because obviously we're not getting justice served here. Okay, it's picking and choosing and all types of stuff, and yeah, this is not the way we're supposed to be living. Okay, now justice or just us? Let's keep it going. Man mistakenly beat down by cops in Applebee's by baby in his arm. This could probably be one of the stories that the man shared with the North Korean officials. Like, look, this just happened just the other day. I just told you they just hate us. Justice or just us? I'm poking a bear. You know why I'm poking a bear too? Because on the last live, do you know they were trying to take down the live and say they were trying to take it down for copywriting. Or first it was against community guideline. That's what popped up in the video, but it wasn't that. Allegedly it was a copyright. So I'm gonna go relook at whatever little section was copyright. But baby, I saw what they was doing. They don't want us to talk about AJ Armstrong and the injustice that's going on out there in Texas, Houston, Texas, and all the other stuff. I'm trying to tell y'all, just hit the like button and the share, because it's the only way you're going to be able to hear this stuff and talk about this stuff outside of just the mundane. You already know. But that's why I'm kind of poking the bear right now, because you shouldn't have did that to me. I've been minding my business, working hard, just doing what I do, and then you want to hit my live stream with some BS, okay? So you can just throw me out of the algorithm again. I'm already down. What is the point? I don't fucking know. Anyway, so this was 16 days ago. This is what I wanted to share with you guys actually last week. So we're going to bring it back up. Man mistakenly beat down by cops in Applebee's with baby in his arm as real hit and run hides in the bathroom. Look at you. Oh my God. What the? Okay. A Applebee's patron was tackled to the floor while holding a baby and then beaten by Wisconsin police officer as the real suspect of the hit and run hid in the bathroom in a horrific case of mistaken identity. It's Kenosha police officers were searching for a suspect involved in a series of crashes on July 20th when witness to the crash said that they saw two Black men and a woman carrying a child boated down the road into a nearby Applebee's, according to them. So they saying that it was two Black men and a baby and a woman in the car that was hitting people? Huh? That's dangerous. Police came in and asked the family to show them what car they came in so they could verify if they were in the car accident or not. Jennifer Harris, the manager, worked at the Applebee's that night, told the outlet. A separate unnamed employee informed officer of the man and woman with a child eating at a table at the restaurant when they approached them for a questioning. Oh. The guy didn't want to comply, he said, his baby in his arm. The officer kept telling him he's not under arrest, but he's detained and needed to answer his questions. Harris said he was trying to say he needed to change his son's diaper. He tried to go the other way. They tackled him into the wall, and the baby hit its head on the wall. The fuck? Oh, my God. First and foremost, the officers are wrong. They are wrong, but this nigga was wrong too. I'm gonna just keep it real. Why you holding the baby? You already know the officers don't give a damn about us. First and foremost, put the baby down. You already know they don't care about us. You have to be mindful of our youth and our life. So I'm gonna get on the man first, because first and foremost, you was using the baby as the damn defense. And you know that they don't give a damn about it. So you put the baby life in danger. You know, I'm mad at that shit, because that's so weak ass man. If you didn't do it or if you did do it, put the damn baby down. Okay? All right? Harris told the outlet that the officers tackled the man and began ripping the baby out of his arms as he was on the ground. The officer is seen welling punches down on the man and yelling for him to put his hands behind his back. It just said, I just felt bad for the baby. That it had to go through the traumatic event, Harris told the outlet. No, you didn't feel bad for the baby. You didn't give a damn either. You didn't either. Okay? I don't know how the officers could have handled it, though, with the baby in his hand and this stupid niglet, I'm going to call him that, didn't put the baby down, using the baby as a shield. That's what I think. That's what I think. But at the end of the day, he wasn't even a guy. So I'm talking crap, but he wasn't the guy. Though police later said that the couple had nothing to do with the hit and run, the man tackled and arrested was charged with disorderly conduct and arrested on obstruction of an officer. That's fucked. Okay? And you should have just put the baby down. I'm still talking about that. But that, you see, you can't win for losing, Black America. That's why his ass went to China. North Korea, and said, fuck this. He ran over there butt naked, just start taking off stuff. Said, I'm done. He said he probably went in the army. I'm talking about the other guy from the other story. Thought that he was about to be equal, not separate, but equal. Found out that it wasn't. And now watching this story, like I told y'all, Ching Chung Hung. You see how they treat us? You see that? You already know the original North Koreans in China was black. So what's up? What's up? That's what the guy's saying right now because of this shit. Okay? So the woman he was with was also arrested on the same charges and slapped with possession of marijuana as well as according to the outlet. Literally at the place, eating and chilling, and you get ran down on. You got your little bud, your 420 in your pocket, and you end up going to jail for it. And your baby get assaulted. It was a woman there. He should have gave the baby to the woman. Y'all see, I'm gonna keep on saying that because I don't like bitch ass niggas. I don't like bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass niggas. How they say that? I don't like it. Men, if you're gonna be a man, you're gonna be a man. You don't use women or children as shields. Do you hear me? Okay? Shit. I'm gonna tell you about that. All right. So basically, they arrested them. They just wanted to arrest them. I'll still try to sue. After the horrifying ordeal, police found the actual suspect taking refuge in the bathroom, and they were arrested and charged. The second he said he wanted to enjoy his food and for them to go away, the officers should have left him alone. The employee working that night told the man in the outlet. So what employee told him that it was him sitting at the table eating? Should have. Oh my God. First and foremost, you should have like, when did this happen? Because they've been sitting here for a while. So I don't know. I seen them pull up. If you saw them that much, whoever worked at that place was able to tell the police this was the couple, then you should have knew more about them. Okay. So let me just wrap this up real quick. Harris, who has worked at Applebee's for almost 12 years, was also fired. There they go. There you go, Miss Harris. Look at her. Yeah, damn racist. I'm just playing. I don't know if she racist, but yeah, damn white trash. I'm sorry, I don't know if she white trash, but I'm just talking shit tonight. I'm just oh. Okay, go ahead. Harris, who has worked for Applebee's for 12 years, who also was fired by the establishment, with the entirely blaming her for sharing the video online with the news outlets. Representing Harris for wrongful termination, and attorney William Sutton, who said that they gave Applebee's the opportunity to reinstate her before they pursued litigation against them. So that's something different. I guess she was the one that shared the video. I thought she was the one that told the police that was them. But yeah, she fired for her job. I didn't say she was racist. I didn't say she was white trash. That was somebody else. Okay. Moving forward. Okay. Talking shit. Sorry. Don't be mad at me tonight. All right. Now I want to give you an update on the Tyree Nichols beating. 30 to 40 cases worked by the officers, as I mentioned, has been dismissed. This is what you get for crooked policing. Crooked policing. So they continue to investigate not only the Tyree Nichols situation, but other situations involving the Memphis police station. in that whole area, you know, related out to the jump out boys and everybody else. They said they're not going to just focus on the specialized team. They're going to look at everybody. Thumbs up the FBI. Go ahead, do what you do. So the Shelby County District Attorney Office has dismissed between 30 to 40 criminal cases. The 5 now former Memphis police officers have been criminally charged for beating Tyree Nichols, who were primary witness in Shelby County District. Stephen Morale said Thursday, following the indictment of the officers, Morrow said his officers who would be reviewing active cases the officer has been involved in total is Mulroy, that's the name, Mulroy, that's the district attorney name, office has reviewed about 100 criminal cases. So out of the 100 criminal cases, 30 to 40 of them has been dismissed or turned over related to these crooked ass police. So God be the glory. We're going to keep our eye on the situation and the investigation into the Memphis Police Department, because it's not just the specialized squad. They're looking at all of them. So God be the glory. And I hope all of them people actually bring forth litigation. They're going bankrupt. They're going to bankrupt the police department based on corruption, because there's only so much, how can I say, liability that any business can create on any sector of finance. And I'm calling police stations a business within our government. They're all businesses, okay? I'm just going to keep it real. Now, if you got this business right here that's causing billions of dollars in liability, they're not policing the community, there's a lot of crime going up, what do you think is going to happen to the police station? Huh? They're going to lose more and more funding. Does it seem like they're setting up their own self too? With bad behavior is a two-way street. Bad behavior. All right, so we'll keep y'all updated on that. God rest Tyree Nichols and his family, you know, his loved ones and everybody who was affected by the crooked police. So now let's get into this one. Inmate died after incarceration at Georgia jail under federal investigation 13 days ago. Yes. I'm going to bring it up again. Fulton County Jail. Fulton County Jail ain't shit. Don't go. Don't drive by. You're going to be dead if you go in Fulton County Jail. Please. Okay? I done told y'all. I promise you I'm going to just keep on bringing it up. This ain't right. This ain't normal. All right. Georgia inmate who was found unresponsible in the medical unit in the cell. So this was the medical unit, okay? At the jail, currently under federal investigation, died at the hospital soon after he was transferred, authorities said Saturday. Medical personnel resuscitate Christopher Smith, 34, after he was found at Fulton County Jail again by a detention officer on Thursday. He was later transported to Grady Hospital and pronounced dead earlier Friday, the sheriff's office said in a new release. Smith had been in custody since October 6th. This was the gentleman, October 6, 2019, and has been held without bond. This is several unspecified felony and misdemeanor charges, the sheriff's office said. It's unspecified felony and misdemeanor. I'm going to tell y'all, y'all can get felonies and misdemeanor in Georgia for driving crazy. They will lock you up. It's more than just take your license. They will charge you with criminal offense just for driving out here. Imagine some of the things, loitering, things they add up and bunch up. The laws is different. Coming from Jersey, coming from an area where, you know, where I thought it was terrible. No, this one right here in Georgia, they make up as they go. And then when it sticks and they can get more people in their jail, that's going to be the law that they're going to keep on the books. So let's just keep that in mind, that Fulton County is still under the radar. And I don't understand why a YSL is, now I can understand why YSL is so stressed out in the jail, talking about I feel sick, I can't function. You know, is the trial. It ain't the trial. It's probably the funky circumstances out there. Okay. So let's keep it moving. We're going to give you a word from our sponsors. Let's go.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that it is a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you'll need to know to get started. Learn at your own pace, step-by-step guided video and aids to start you on the TLC deed investment process. The course offers many learning tools for new investors, helping ensure you safely invest in tax liens and deeds. Contact us today and join the buyback team.
All right, let's continue down this road of justice or just us. Okay, so now we have a story brought to you from Mississippi. And here, this is the story of those Mississippi police that I told y'all that we had talked about that was doing sodomy and all that stuff, talking about, so you want my white women and all types of shit, just ran down on these black men. So we're gonna listen to a little bit of Democracy Now! Horrendous. Black men tortured by white Mississippi police. They called the Goon Squad, just like we had the Spider Squad that we were just talking about. Excuse me. In Memphis. Now we're talking about the Goon Squad, and it's horrendous in all types of lines of blue. Okay, because like Ice Cube said, they have their own rules that they follow. In this particular Goon Squad, they were so horrendous in their behavior in Memphis that they thought they could just do this. They ain't had no warrant, they ain't had no nothing, no paperwork, no nothing. Ran up in these people's house with nothing. I mean, no paperwork, no nothing. Okay, no judge's order. Just
Mississippi and throughout the country in order to bring the truth that is coming to light today. That these defendants, Hunter Elwood, Christian Dedman, Brett McAlpin, Middleton, Osdike, and Joshua Hartfield, that they're called the Rankin County Goon Squad. They're known in the community as the Rankin County Death Squad. This has been occurring for a long time under the leadership of Sheriff Brian Bailey, who should be the subject of criminal investigation also. And they have been getting away with this so long that they felt emboldened to act in such a radical and callous way on that night of January 24th, 2023. But it's through persistence. It's through intense legal advocacy, with us advocating to the U.S. Justice Department, collecting evidence and applying legal pressure and all kinds of pressure to bring about what is now historic. Last Thursday, these 6 defendants pled guilty to 14 federal criminal charges. They'll plead guilty to more state charges Monday. This is the first time, Democracy Now! This is the first time that a white Mississippi police officer has ever been held criminally responsible for harming a black person. And we know that plenty of police brutality has occurred not only in Rankin County under Brian Bailey, but throughout the state of Mississippi. This is a history-making moment. I'm just so sorry it had to come on the backs of the pain and the suffering, the torture and the shooting and the abuse and waterboarding of Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker, our clients.
I can't bear to go to Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker meeting you in this way for what you went through that horrific January night. But I'm wondering if each of you could respond to the guilty plea of these officers and what it means to you that some of them may be facing life in prison.
Guilty.
Michael Jenkins, let's begin.
Thank you, Jesus. Go ahead. This is crazy. Justice or just us?
I feel great that we're finally getting justice after months,
And let's just say, just know why he's talking like this, because he's not slow. He had a gun put in his mouth and it shot, okay?
Believe us.
This justice or just us? How about that?
For a while, I didn't think they were going to even get a slap on the wrist or anything, but I feel great about it.
Good.
And I know it's difficult for you to talk with the gun in your mouth. The police shot you through your mouth, lacerating your tongue. It went through to your neck, shredding that area of your neck. I am only glad that you can be with us today. Did you think you were going to survive that night, Michael?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm still going through pain right now. My whole face numb, my mouth hurting right now. Let me speak.
And Eddie Parker, if you can talk about your response to this plea deal.
That's a long time coming. It's something I say there's also history too, you know, coming from a long way of going through this situation with the same police officers, and pretty much you steer clear, you know, to stay out the way so you wouldn't end up in this situation. But ending up in this situation wasn't part of me, you know, staying clear. So I'm astounded. I'm real happy that it's finally come to a point where they're getting
justice.
You know, getting a feeling of what they dish out to people, you know, day in, day out.
And I really misspoke because it's not a deal. They have pled guilty. The idea that they call themselves, Eddie Parker, that they call themselves the Goon Squad. Your thoughts?
I like her.
That's the Goon Squad. That seems to be a crime organization that I guess they were paid to go out and you know to stop, but they became that themselves. I believe policing and you know the public, you know, go hand in hand. I mean, they're people just like us. You know, they want to be held accountable for, you know, everything they do. They want to get, you know, this, you know, certain, I guess you say, the end of the stick treatment as, you know, being the golden ones, but they're not. They're people just like us. I mean, they go out and they do, you know, the opposite of what they're getting paid to do. I think it's very horrendous how they can call themselves, you know, Goon Squad and, you know, still put on the badge and say they're protecting people.
Thank you. And then we pay them for that. See? You see what I'm saying? So I just want to give y'all an update. Is if y'all want to watch that, it's about 23 more minutes of Democracy Now, where they talk to these individuals who were literally sodomized, beat, shot in the mouth, and all types of stuff for a couple of hours by these people called the Goon Squad, which were known as being actual police of Mississippi. All right, so let's continue down. Justice or Just Us. We got another story to share that was just kind of wild when I came to it, and I was like, wow, this was ridiculousness. Here we go. Justice or Just Us. This is what I'm saying. You say if it's just justice or it's just us. When I say just us, I mean black people. Okay. Here we go. The Messenger News. Mom life sentence for giving her baby cow milk ripped her family apart. Setting her free will allow it to heal, son says. This means we can have a mom again. Najee Woods, U.S. Air Force senior air mom says. Let's watch this and see what's going on.
The son of a mom who was sentenced to life in prison after feeding her infant cow's milk amid the chaos of Hurricane Katrina, said the Louisiana Pardon Board's recommendation to release her could finally allow the family heal. Nejon Woods, 25, was just 9 years old when his mother, Tiffany Woods, was sentenced for second-degree murder in the malnutrition death of Nejon's 5-month-old brother, Emmanuel. Tiffany's arrest ripped her family apart, Nejon says. He and his surviving 3 siblings were left to bounce between foster homes and relatives for years.
So allegedly, this has something to do with Hurricane Katrina and their devastating circumstances after that. So the son of the mom who was sentenced to life in prison after feeding her infants cow milk aimed the chaos of Hurricane Katrina, said the Louisiana Pardon Board, recommending to release her could finally allow the family to heal. Najee Woods, 25, was just 9 years old when his mother, Tiffany Woods, was sentenced for her second-degree murder of a malnutrition death of Najee's 5-year-old brother, Emmanuel. Tiffany arrested ripped her family apart, Najee said. He and his surviving 3 siblings were left to bounce between foster homes and relatives for years. There were many many difficulties growing up without her, moving from home to home as a child with people who were not always caring or loving. Najee, who is now a senior airman stationed in Elson Air Force Base in Alaska, tells Messenger. He adds that the family never again lived together under the same roof or often couldn't even speak with one another, all because of the opinion of some people who they were forced to live with. All this took a toll in the same way it affected me and my brothers. So the final decision to commute Tiffany Woods' sentence now resides with Governor John Bell Edwards, who leaves office in January. I want to thank him for the consideration. For the first time in a very long time, we have hope with a huge deal for my family and my sibling. Najan said. Edward officer did not immediately return a request for comments. Little Emmanuel was born prematurely and had been in intensive care shortly before Hurricane Katrina struck in 2005. Tiffany Wood told the parole board Monday that she made poor choices and mistakes while suffering depression and stress during the eviction, including giving the suckling infant cow milk when he wouldn't take infant milk. She was 25 at the time, and the baby father, who was also given a life sentence, was 18. At this stage of my life, I was a young mother who was trying to take care of children the best she could, and I made some terrible decisions. But the woman who sat before you today, I am not the same woman. Najee calls, speaking on his mother's behalf, telling the boys she had done her best to look after them even while incarcerated. He said his mother sent him homemade birthday presents and made sure that they frequently phone checked in to help him through the stress of college. She's a mother and she wants to be a mother, and she's learned from her mistakes. She told the board, which eventually voted that she should be released. Was prosecutors Suzanne Ellis, who said Woods never accepted responsibility for her baby deaths until Monday's hearing. Please do not give her opportunity to be released. Do not give her the opportunity to harm another child, because I'm convinced that if she can, she will. She gave her baby milk because she didn't know what else to give them, because she was probably poor and they wouldn't drink regular milk. Now, she should have just took the baby. She could have took the baby to the hospital and they could have talked to a nutritionist. And at that time, you probably ran into some hospital officials that probably would have called diapers on her. You never know. So literally, this is a young mother who was in a bad situation, and she fed her child infant milk. I mean, regular cow milk. That's first and foremost. This highlights why we shouldn't be drinking cow milk, first and foremost, because we're not baby cows. I always say that. That's first and foremost. But I'm not faulting this mother for doing this. But I'm going to say this falls under justice or just us. Because if this was a white woman who fed her baby cow milk and the baby died of malnutrition, would it have been this long of a sentence? Would it have been this? Okay. The family stuck by her. She tried to be a mother still. And I would say that wasn't the best decision. But I have women who are doing things like that. They give their kids soy milk. They give themselves special milk, all types of stuff. Okay. It's all about education. So justice or just us. Want to give y'all just give y'all a heads up on that. Maybe she is being released soon. Okay, so that is great because she shouldn't be in jail that long for that mistake. Now, I am going to say this. Okay, now we're going to get off of justice or just us, or we're going to say, look at us. Okay, yes, I'm going to flip it on us. Look at this shit. But it's not just black people who are doing this. Honestly, I got another video that I was going to share and I took it off the screen, and I should have just kept it up there. Basically, a lot of people in poverty and they don't have no goddamn common sense. Excuse my language. Right now, we don't have no common sense. We have people walking in stores, literally just putting stuff in their bag, talking about, I dare you. I dare you. So here go a video. Please be careful. If you work in a convenience store or anywhere, just watch these people. You know, watch them like they said they was going to watch them. Walk on out. See, can we get it to play? Check it out. There's no sound right now. But look at these young ladies and young gentlemen. Look, dummy don't even cover her damn face. Well, they just stupid as hell. They put gloves on there. They put gloves on their hand, but you don't cover your face. Big old idiots. But that's what's going on, honestly, because there's poverty. Okay? There is poverty. And on top of poverty, we have this going on. We're moving forward from the justice and justice. Let's get into migration. We got New York protesting because of migrants. Now I told you they're bringing them over from Texas, anywhere with a borderline. They're bringing them up to New York. They're bringing them to all these democratic places allegedly, and this is part of the war that they having. But what they doing is flooding America with immigrants, and guess who's gonna suffer? All of us. Okay, watch.
Hundreds of angry New Yorkers taking to the streets to voice one message.
No tent cities.
They're protesting the construction of a new relief center for the hundreds of migrants arriving in New York City every week.
Wow.
This one for up to 1,000 people, men only.
Women, children, okay. All men, 1,000 of them is too much.
Residents especially worried the center will be near an elementary school, a playground, and...
I just wanted y'all to know his accent, okay? We know what it is. This place is full of... We a lot of people migrated here. Even the white people. You think you own the land, but you migrated and you took it from the Native American. But we're going to say here, if you came here legally right now, in the last 50 years, we just talking about them people. Everybody else, we just going to just let God deal with you. You came here legally. You did your paperwork. You pay your taxes. These are the people who's talking. So you hear that accent? He probably someone who paid the taxes, came here legally. He just like me. Probably foreign. I'm not foreign born, but, you know, I'm a one generation here. Okay? So people be like, go back to your country, things like that. America is a melting pot, but it's how you come in. Now, listen to specifically what he said. He said, women and children, okay. But all men, that's a fucking problem. Excuse my language. That is not, that's saying something. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay? I'll be watching these prophecy dreams, and one of these ladies had a dream of a whole bunch of immigrants coming in, people coming in. She said like a flood, and it was a whole bunch of men, army men, tearing up shit. This was prophecy like 5-6 years ago, okay? I'll be watching this stuff. So I'm like, oh my God.
Tree school, a playground, and senior center. What are you afraid of happening here?
The problem is that this is an inappropriate location. They're putting 1,000 unvetted adult males in a cot, rusted fences, no shopping, no transportation, nothing to do.
In another part of New York, another center for migrants on Randall's Island, designed to house more than 2,000 single men. The shelter taking over 4 soccer fields used by local schools, angering some educators and parents. New York now facing grassroots opposition as it scrambles to find shelter for thousands of migrants, nearly 200 set up so far. What city officials call a humanitarian crisis that shocked onlookers when it spilled into public view, with dozens of people sleeping on the streets outside a Midtown Manhattan hotel.
We are past our breaking point.
Wow.
Today, Mayor Eric Adams saying the migrant crisis will cost the city some $12 billion over the next 3 years, a figure about 10% of the entire municipal budget, while pleading for more help from Washington, like creating a system that will send migrants from the border to other places in addition to New York.
We need the federal government to lead a decompression strategy at the border so cities and states across the nation can do their part to shelter asylum seekers.
In response today, the Biden administration telling NBC News it's provided more than $140 million to New York City, more than any other city not along the border. That Homeland Security has sent experts to assess the situation in New York and identify ways to maximize resources. Now, other states also demanding the Biden administration do more as the number of migrants arriving surges.
Today, I am declaring a state of emergency in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts governor says the number of people in homeless shelters is up by some 80%.
It's more families than our state has ever served, exponentially.
Back in New York, the new migrant relief centers still perhaps weeks away from opening. The city's still looking for more places, with some local residents vowing to keep asylum seekers out of their backyards.
There is no 24-hour transportation here. There are no subways here. This is inhumane to the migrants by elected officials who purport to be concerned about them.
Meanwhile, city officials have said that no place is off the table when it comes to more possible shelter sites. Several thousand locations have been considered, including places like Central Park, where there are medical facilities during the height of the COVID pandemic.
Oh, wow. That is just like, I swear, this is like giving me flashback of what the lady was saying in her dream. She was like, she just saw a whole bunch of like flood of people coming out with guns, with all types of stuff, just running down in people places. You know, it's just crazy to think that if you have a whole bunch of migrants in a place like this, nothing to do, just feeding them, housing them, and we don't know where this is going to lead. Grace Levi just showing you what's going on. Something is not right. Something is not right, and this is prophecy, guys. Ooh, we got to be ready. I'm gonna ask God what I need to do, because I don't know with this. Because baby, especially the last week, with the week before that, I had showed a video about them basically wanting to allow non-American immigrants to be police. Okay, y'all don't remember that? I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna have to just like upload it again. Just put it maybe in a reel. Maybe it'll get some spins. But baby, Rumble, you know what I'm talking about. And BitChute, you know what I'm talking about. That video went kind of viral with BitChute because they like, what? Okay, so now we're gonna get to our last two. Now let's talk about the map. Okay, we got I want to talk about a warning as well as what is in the map, the U.S. map, not the world map. Matter of fact, because I have a map in my house, and my map looks really different from everybody else's map. So let me show you this. This is brought to you by my uncle, and I don't want to say his name because I always get in trouble. But yeah, Mr. H2N, go to his website, check it out. This is an update, not an update, but this is just like a flashback educational piece on the actual map.
The world map.
Let's go.
And this is wrong. What if I told you that from here to here, it's 6,400 kilometers, but from here to here, which only looks like half the size, is 7,200. The continent of Africa has been shown smaller than it actually is. What if I told you that Greenland was only this size? Or Russia was this size? Or the US and Canada were much smaller? You know what? This is the real map. Look at Sweden, Finland, and Norway. They're much smaller now. Or Greenland is tiny. Maybe it wasn't practical, but it seems unfair towards Africa. Why haven't we been told this in school?
All right, just wanted to show you that. Maybe it sounds better if a white man says it, but I want to highlight this, y'all. If you're feeling broke, you're not the only one broke. I came across this channel, and this channel has a lot of videos highlighting this, and I'm like, damn, maybe I ain't the only one feeling like shit is getting tight for real. Went to the store, spent $180, and literally had 3 bags today. I said, the fuck? I went grocery shopping, ain't got shit in the damn bags. But I'm not the only one feeling like this. Are you feeling like this too?
How are we like affording life right now?
This is how cold it is in my flat right now. Can you see?
Shit is real.
I can actually see my breath. It's gonna be a long winter.
Writers, actors, UPS workers, everybody going on strike.
I have come to the realization that they just not paying nobody.
The government literally announces that aliens exist and nobody is phased.
That is literally because nobody is getting paid enough to care. Come here. At this point, we're tired of living through historical events like every other week, right? Rent too high, groceries too expensive, gas way too pricey, right? It is like the 4th day in a row where it's been 110 degrees. The alien thing is like on the back of the list.
I get up every morning at 4:30. I let my dog out, feed him, get him situated, play with him for a little bit, 5 o'clock, I start getting ready for work. Get ready for work. I'm out the door by 6. Sometimes I stop for breakfast. Sometimes I don't because I make it at home. I get here. My shift starts at 7 in the morning. I work from 7 to 4. Leave for the day. Take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get home because of traffic. I do this every day for 5 days a week just to get a damn paycheck that leaves as soon as it hits my account.
Answer. Because you are that, you are capable, you are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just love. The world awaits to receive you.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all. Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.